Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back or welcome to another Bangs audio review. Happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. I got my request. My request was to get a couple hours of solo time so I could hang out with my other favorite people in this world, you guys. So, wife and son are over at the in-laws doing a little lunch, and I got to stay home and chill. And this is exactly what I was hoping for. Hey, listen, I got up first. I made breakfast for everybody. I did some stuff. Now I get to chill. It's very cool. Anyway, today we're going to do the Myer Audio Sliivo SL-41 Mark II dose, okay? So, before we get into everything, the Mark II simply is this. It was a physical adjustment to the shell. Really good one, actually. Where they fixed the connection point. So the connection point, I'll explain why there's a giant blister there. The connection point on this apparently was not super secure on the Mark I. So they recessed it further. It will accept cables, like it will accept the stock cable, it will accept Canara Ace cable, it will accept some IVIPQ cables. Like it's not going to accept every cable because it's fairly far recessed, but most cables of nicer quality will go in there. You may not have to cable swap anyway, so it might not be an issue. But anyway, so that was the difference. Okay, they did nothing to the tuning that they told me, because the set was provided by Myer Audio to me for review. That being said, all thoughts and feelings are my own. Nobody has asked me to say anything. No, seriously, they haven't. Anyway, so yeah, they explained to me, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, there we go. They explained to me that it was merely an adjustment at the connection point to improve its security. And I would say it is freaking secure now. So yeah, there you go. It is in the measurement rig because I have been doing measurements as I've been going along with these guys. Took them post 2 hours, just an hour of like listening time, an hour of pink noise, and I was like, oh, I should measure these now and then measure them after. Well, I did a 50-hour burn-in and then probably another, oh gosh, maybe 12 to 15 hours of listening time after the burn-in. So we're looking over 60. Let's just call it that. Took another measurement just a few minutes ago to see what, if anything, had changed in the FR squiggly lines. And it was interesting, actually. I'll show you. So, for now, we'll do a quick unboxing specs. Box is nice. White, Sliivo in black, high performance in-ear monitor. Yes, we are definitely well aware of that at this point. Myer Audio does not mess around. This will look very similar to if you have the CKLVX D41 insofar as the unboxing goes. There's really nothing all that different. Instruction manual. That was in there too. Beautiful cable and stock ear tips that, again, I could not use due to size problems, not quality problems. They're not like great ear tips, but they're not horrible. Unfortunately, they're not useful for me. The cable is excellent, high quality, not tangly, very little memory, feels just fantastic. My problem again comes down to my ears and the outer part of my ears being a little smaller. I had trouble getting a comfortable fit with this, but why MMV? I finally figured out what that was, and I didn't even look it up. Your mileage may vary. Yeah, you might be just fine with the cable, and the cable is available in 4.4 and 3.5, so order what you like. I have no complaints on the cable, just my fit problems, not yours. I won't make my problems your problems. Then, of course, you get the earphones, and they are lovely. There's two different designs. There's one that's more of a like kind of a starburst pattern, looks like. Let's see if I can bring this up. See if I can bring that one up. Yeah, well, or I don't really know how to describe it. Will it let me open it? No. Look, that's the best I can do, guys. Sorry. So there's that pattern, and then there's this pattern, which is more of a like either oceany or sky clouds or something. But either way, pretty. Very nice. Very nice. Insofar as cable swapping goes, that's why I have this blister here, because I had to shave off like microns of plastic at a time on this 3.5 cable, millimeter cable, because I couldn't get it in to do the testing on the rig. So yeah, I basically just injured myself doing that, but that's all right. That's my problem again. But I was able to get it to work. It didn't, it's not compatible with a lot of cables. If you have nicer cables, it will work. Like the IPQ cables worked, probably the Zin's cable will work, stock cable, Canary Ace cable, which is what I ended up using with it, fine. It's just that you have to have, on the 2-pin connection, you've got to have that little extension right there, and it has to be small enough to fit inside the connection point, which is, as I said, fairly recessed. So luckily, there was no problem with Canary Ace cable in that respect. There we go. Or just stick with stock. Don't worry about it, Specs on this guy is a fairly high resistance for IEMs, not super high in this whole scheme of things, but 43 ohms is higher than average, I would say. Sensitivity is 108 decibels, and inside the shells you have a single 10 millimeter dynamic driver, followed by 2 Knowles BAs for the mid-range and 2 custom BAs for the high frequencies, aka the treble and ultra high frequencies and stuff like that. Dog whistle frequencies. So the setup is, as you might have guessed, the same, right? Same configuration as the D41, which made the D41 an instant comp for me. Made a lot of sense to do that. So I'll get into the differences, and there are some. Overall, I felt like the packaging was good. I felt like the accessories were good. The case I loved. It's the same case as the D41, but you've got Sliivo embossed on there. No complaints whatsoever on the packaging and the accessories. Really, really nice all around. I'm starting to get used to this from Myer Audio. Like, they just, it's not a wow factor presentation, but what you get, definitely useful, definitely high quality. So that's what we can ask for. It's $180 when you don't catch it on sale. You can get it for a little bit less than that, like maybe closer to $150 when it is on sale. And, coupons are flying around on AliExpress or whatever. But yeah, if you just went to buy it straight without doing any sort of shopping around from Linsol or Hi-Fi Go or Amazon, you're looking at $180. Just so you know where it lands. You should never pay full price. So just don't. Anyway, right now AliExpress is $166.64, and another sale starting like 2 weeks later. Like, holy crap, they're gonna kill me. Will be starting tomorrow, so there's going to be coupons out there. Like, it'll be like $12 or $15 off of that, plus coins, plus da 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 da. Anyway, patience will be rewarded. So, how does the Sliivo sound? How does it stack up against, well, let's say the competition, right? It's got serious competition in that area. It's got the Relentless at 170. It's got the SuperMix4 at 150. It's got its brother or sister, at right around the same price, 165. Performer 5 at 200. It's got, there's loads of stuff. Oh yeah, not even thinking about like Timmy's Chopin or the Kiwi Ears Quintet. God, it's saturated in that price point right now. 150 to 200 is kind of a sweet spot. So how does it do compared to everything else? Well, let me say this. I have a new favorite IEM, and it is the Myer Audio Sliivo SL-41 Mark II. There you go. Why, right? It's obviously why. And I'm not saying it's the best, right? The best is kind of subjective. I will compare it to some of the other sets that I really love in this price range and that I've ranked highly for myself. But let's give it a little bit of its own time first, right? So I'm going to bring up the graph and try to fit it into the screen so you can actually see it. And I will show you pre and post burn-in and normal use. So right up here. Okay, orange line is the second measurement. So that happened today. The green line is the first measurement, which happened 1 week ago. This is the right channel. And as you can see, not a lot of variation. There's a touch more treble. These are both measured at negative 11.5 dBFS. Same input volume, same output volume, same area. Like, I tried to do it as best as I could to be matching, right? Just tiny little differences. Like, nothing really too... I mean, I don't know. It sounded bomb-ass when I first put it in. I'd like to tell myself that it sounded a little bit better after the burn-in. I don't know. I don't think it did. I think it's just a really freaking good IEM. I really do. So maybe I can bring up or I'll do a D41 while we're talking here. Sub bass over mid bass, as you can see. I wouldn't call this necessarily a tuck, but there's not a ton of mid bass there. There's enough. Trust me. There's plenty. What it does is the sub bass, like it digs deep, it hits hard, and it rumbles. And with this just sort of little bit of a trail off, right? I'm still not calling it a tuck because it sure as hell doesn't sound like a tuck. What it does is it cools off the mid range, which is super clear and detailed, but not super warm, and then allows the treble to just really shine, like really, really nicely. So what you get is you get plenty of thunder, you know, good mid bass kick, but not overly warm, you know, not a ton of it. So you've got super, super clear rest of the frequency range. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the special sauce is that they poured on this thing. But basically, for me, I like it as much as I like the SuperMix4. And it's more towards my preference because of a little bit more elevated, articulate, heavy-hitting bass. Like, it's resonant, you know? It's really just... it's so freaking satisfying to me. And you guys know I'm a bass head. I still like balance in sets. That's why I like the SuperMix4. I love the SuperMix4 as much as I do, because that set is like the ultimate balanced set. This one gives you more bass, but still has like the detail, and oh my god, the soundstage. That was the other part of it that just blew me away. And I think that it has that because it's got a little less mid bass than some other sets, and it's got a little bit more going on energy wise in the treble, which just really, really opens up the stage on it. Like, it's just again, you know, I can't even articulate it. I just go like so sofa king good. Sofa king. I didn't swear. I said sofa king good. Sofa king good. Okay, so there you go. Don't have to bust out Tipper's warning today. So listen, I know I get excited. You guys know I get excited. I'm probably sounding like a broken record to some of y'all who've been listening to my videos or watching my videos or whatever you're doing with them. I can't help it, okay? Like, it seems like every set that I get lately that isn't like the TRN Medusa. Sorry TRN. I'll try a nicer. Maybe I'll try the Azure Dragon and see if I can redeem you a little bit. But it just seems like there's such an amazing amount of quality available to us in the sub $200 range now that it's almost like I almost expect it. You know, I almost expect to go, oh damn, this one's even better. You know, and that's what the Sliivo SL-41 Mark II has left me feeling like. It has left me feeling like now this is my favorite set. Before that, it was the SuperMix4, which is still one of my favorite sets, and the Relentless, which is still one of my favorite sets, and the Queen of Audio Original Adonis, which is still one of my favorite sets. I just, you know, it's like, oh my god. It was ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. Stand on your wallets. Seriously. It's not even funny at this point. That being said, so we come to the CKLVX D41, so you guys know what's going on there. The D41 has more mid bass, okay? So, and it's just that simple, all right? It's pretty much almost the same tuning, except it has more mid bass, which, what does that do? Warms up the mids, takes a little detail away from it, but they're a little warmer and more engaging, and takes the edge off of the treble a little bit too, so you're getting less stage and less detail. There's your tuning difference. Sliivo SL-41 Mark II digs deep and hard in the sub bass and then relaxes a little bit in the mid bass. The D41, it's got good sub bass, but the mid bass is stronger, more present, and thicker. And so the mids are warmer and it takes a little bit of the detail and staging away. I love the CKLVX D41 too. I think it's a fantastic IM, but this makes sense to me, right? They should be different because they are the same exact configuration and they're pretty much the same exact price point from the same company. They've got to differentiate. How did they do that? More sub bass focus on the Sliivo, more mid bass focus on the CKLVX D41, because I think there's a 6 or like there's the BA sets of these guys are out too. I have renamed this set, and it's probably like not even close to being possible because it's from Game of Thrones, but my rename of the Sliivo SL-41 from Myer Audio is Viserion, post death and resurrection by the Night King. So it's the ice zombie dragon version of Viserion. Viserion Ice Dragon. Blue fire, baby. That's what it breathes at you. Blue freaking fire. It's just so good. Anyway, sorry, yeah, definitely freewheeling more than usual today. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I got enough time. Let me see if I can run a quick measurement. No, you know what? Screw that. It's fine. I'll post them in the community section. I'll do a D41 measurement for you. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. You know, the graph is there, and there was very little change to this one. The Medusa showed a lot more. Didn't help it, but it showed a lot more change than this. This is pretty much, I don't know, barely any difference. So, still, do I think it sounded better? Of course I do, because I believe that burn-in can be a thing. But does it in actuality? I don't know. It just sounds freaking good, no matter what. No matter what. I love Myer Audio. Thank you to Myer Audio for providing this set. They didn't tell me to say anything. They didn't ask me to say anything. Nothing. These are all my own thoughts. You guys know by now that I'm not very easily swayed by things, but it is definitely worth saying thank you to them for this because it's my favorite set now. So there you go, at least this week, right? Now this one's gonna stick. This one's definitely gonna stick. It's got that something. It just has it. As much as I like the D41, the Sliivo SL-41 Mark II Viserion Ice Dragon, yeah, it's got it for me. It does it. It does everything that I want it to do, and then some. So have at it. You're gonna just, I don't even want to get into the genres or the test tracks because there's no point. It just sounded freaking good on everything. Okay, so whatever you like, you get these, it's gonna sound great. I think that's all I got for you today, guys. Happy Father's Day. And if you don't know if you're a father or not, make some phone calls today. I'm just kidding with you. Y'all take care. You know, I love y'all. Nothing but peace to you. We'll see you soon. Peace.